Hey guys, Corporate Salmon here, and today I'd like to experiment and maybe start up a new series here on the channel. I've always been interested in lost media, with channels such as Blame It On Jorge being one of my favorites on YouTube. The fact that something can have months, sometimes years of work put into it, and then it just disappears is fascinating to me. I'd like to share my interest with the few of you who see this, which is why I'd like to try this series out and see how it goes. Maybe you'll never see this type of video again, maybe eventually it'll become my entire channel, but who knows. There are also most likely going to be shorter videos, as, while the subject matter may be interesting, for some of these there isn't really too much to cover on. But today I'd like to take you on a trip to France as we tackle Youri the Spaceman in the pilot episode of Obscure to the Max. Youri the Spaceman was a 3D animated series created by Sparkling, a now defunct branch of France's Sparks Animation Studios. Made in 2002 for Cartoon Network France, it consisted of 26 3-minute short animations featuring our title character Youri, as he is stranded on the moon. It is known to have a French and English dub, and was aired in various countries around the world, such as France, Australia, and even a little bit in America. Very little information is known or available about this piece of animation history today, and most of my research was done through its entry on the Lost Media Wiki. As is the case with a lot of lost media, it's only really considered interesting because of the fact that it's so elusive or completely lost. No one would care about the live-action Mr. Potato Head show made in the 90s if half of its episodes weren't missing. As a result, some lost media searches are set forth with the goal of finding something not to watch or care about what it actually is, rather to just have it found and be available. However, there are a lot of examples of lost media that have significance because of the fact that what they're trying to find is huge. As an example, the first anime with voice acting is lost at the time. That's a big deal, and if it were to be found, that would be a huge part of anime history. Also, something that could possibly be considered the first animated feature-length picture of all time is currently lost, and if that were to be found, it would be a huge part of animation history for the world. I've included a little monologue about that in the description in case anyone is interested. But anyway, back to Youri. While on paper, it might not seem like the most interesting thing out there. I think its distinct, yet still obscure art style and weird, vivid plots make it an interesting watch no matter what the context of why you're searching for it is. Despite it being aired on Cartoon Network, its plots were quite inappropriate, with one revolving around Youri dressing up as a woman when he goes to eat dinner, and with another Lost episode's plot description literally being, Youri tells himself he hasn't quite yet grasped the sexuality of jellyfish. This may be one of the reasons why it hasn't seen a re-release since it first aired. Besides the weird ones, the episodes seem to be quite normal, with normal cartoon plots, with nothing sticking out too much. I'm not going to show them here, but the ones that are found are up on YouTube and are only 3 minutes each, so if you're interested, I would check them out. As I've been mentioning time and time again, part of the series is completely lost. The definitive reason to why is unknown, but some theorize it could have been because of its poor reception or over-sexualized plots. Either way, some of the episodes have found their way out of obscurity, with 20 of the 26 episodes currently being found. Only 3 or 4 were online at all for a really long time, with most of the few being on an obscure website rather than YouTube. When in 2014, YouTube user ChupaX uploaded a torrent containing a DVD rip of 18 of the 26 episodes in their English dub, having previously recorded them from the Animania HD several years earlier, rendering a bulk of the episodes readily accessible. The community currently has no leads on how to access the rest of the series. Other than the animation itself, no known home releases of the series exist. But a while ago, an eBay article was published for a figurine of Youri's spaceship, hinting at the fact that the merchandise did in fact exist. Sadly, only the spaceship was listed, and the seller gave no information onto how he came across the figure. I hope you all enjoyed this little walkthrough of an obscure piece of animation history. Like I said, I might make this a series, but who knows. Really quickly, I'd like to address a few things on the channel. Firstly, I have a lot of video ideas for things, so no, I'm not going to quit the YouTube channel. I'm just not always up for making them, and more often than not, I forget I even run one. Second, some people have asked me why I keep privating old videos. Well, in short, I so often change what I want this YouTube channel to be, I end up just getting rid of content I don't think fits the channel theme. I think, emphasis on think, that I've found the channel's permanent footing, but we'll just have to wait and see. And it's not like my old videos have been deleted or anything. They're on my old videos playlist under that section on my channel, so they aren't gone, you just have to look for them. And finally, yes, Sanjit is going to be a recurring character on the channel. The only reason he isn't in this video is because he's currently not at our apartment. He's visiting his cousin in the Indian Ocean. One more thing, I really think you should go check out my buddy Josh's channel. He makes reviews kind of similar to mine, and they're really high quality. He really doesn't have enough subscribers given the overall production value and quality of his vids. He's listed in the subscribe to these channels area of my page. Anyway, Salmon out.